Keeling on the run out. Anthony, the finish.
What are you up to during these days? I mean, how are you handling this kind of stay-at-home environment that we're living in now?
So right now I'm just really taking advantage of being able to spend this time with my family. I mean, I went to a boarding school my senior year of high school, and was at college this past year. So this is like the longest period of time I've been able to be with my family, my little brother, and with a couple of my friends. So it's been an awesome period of time for me in terms of that.
So it's kind of like a silver lining throughout this process, right?
Yeah, just looking for the positives and being able just during this this pandemic. So it's awesome I'm able to get this time with the family and with my friends.
All right, you know, a lot of people know you as far as basketball wise and the phenom that you are, but you're also off the court as far as philanthropic, charitable type things. Can you talk about some of the things that you've been involved in, like the hurricane relief, and also why that's important for you to get involved with things like that?
Yeah, I think it's just really important to try to get, involved with the community, because those people who are going to support me when I'm done playing basketball support me while I'm playing basketball. So I think it's really important to be able to get in touch with everyone around you.
And you have a platform as well, and it's something that's not to be taken for granted, right? I mean, I'm sure your family instills that in you.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing my mom tells me a lot, is just to really just try to give. I mean, giving is something that's pretty easy to do, whether you can give time, give effort. It's really easy. Just trying to help these doctors and people who are on the front lines, pretty much giving to everyone else. Why not help try to give to them?
Yeah. Now, as far as your basketball journey goes, talk about what the process has been like to get to this point, from when you first picked up a basketball, age 4, maybe?
It was before that. I know I have this picture that my mom showed me on numerous occasions of me I couldn't even walk yet. I just had a basketball. I was just throwing it at a rim with one hand.
A lot of kids, around the nation, around the world actually, would relish to be in this kind of position that you're in right now, and you've earned that, of course. But just talk about what that journey's been like.
This journey, it's been really fun. I mean, I know that my mom, dad, family, they made a lot of sacrifices to be able to help me just do what I can for this journey. That's been, my mom came up to my senior night last year at Oak Hill, and honestly, I told her not to come to a single game just because of like the location, where it's just hard to get there. I remember our first time going there, we got lost, because we lost phone service in the mountains, and just really got lost out there. We were trying to go to a Walmart 30 minutes away from the school. And ended up, I remember I'm taking a nap in the back. I wake up 2 hours later, yo, where we at?
You still
we just got to Walmart, but the journey, it's been a lot of fun. It's obviously been tough. I mean, this past year was a little tough on the basketball side, but I really try to look at the positives and build a lot of good relationships, and I'm just really thankful for everything that's happened so far.
What was the biggest difference between playing at Malloy and Oak Hill?
Probably the biggest difference is that everyone who was at Oak Hill was pretty much there just for basketball. I mean, I was at Malloy. We had some dudes who played baseball first.
Yeah.
Some dudes who didn't really take basketball seriously, but just there giving it their best effort. But still, at Oak Hill, everyone came there for that specific reason, just to play basketball. So you got a bunch of dudes who are locked in, dudes who are coming in and really trying to compete, trying to get better every single day. So I'd say that was the main difference.
And the schedule, I'm sure that was a lot tougher as well.
Yeah, just being out there, being secluded up in the mountains is it's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, I think it's about maybe 150 kids in the whole entire school. So it's you're gonna get familiar with everyone in the whole entire school, every single grade. So it was hard making that adjustment going from New York City to being up in the mountains like that. But it was as I said about everything on this journey, it was another good experience, and I thought it was a very big necessary step for me to be able to just get better. And playing for Coach Steve Smith, a legendary coach who I fully believe is the best high school coach ever.
Okay.
What he's done and just how much he's won, just the players he's had, I truly believe he's the best high school coach ever.
So then you took that valuable experience from Oak Hill to UNC. You suffered an injury during the season. What did you learn during the time that you were out?
Yeah, I mean, that was my first. That was the first time I ever got surgery, pretty much in anything. Just so that was tough to be able to have to go through that. But in terms of the knowledge I gained, I mean, Coach Williams, another legendary coach, just being able to learn from him and the other coaching staff, other members of the coaching staff every single day was just, it's something I'll never forget. And I'm a part of that family now.
Yeah.
And it's just, it was a really fun year. I built a lot of good relationships. And those are dudes I will never forget.
Mm-hmm. And were you able to kind of see the game from a different perspective being out? I mean, you're usually right in the thick of everything. Did you learn any kind of aspect of the game just by watching?
Yeah, so as soon as I missed 2 of our games in Las Vegas because I was actually getting my surgery at that time, Las Vegas and at Gonzaga. So right when I got back and right when we had our first games after that Christmas break, my coach, Coach Steve Robinson, he pulled me up and told me, he said I'm going to start sitting with him during every single game. So I was at the head of the bench right next to him. And just during the game, he was just giving me little tidbits of information, just like where I could get better in that aspect of my game, what I could add, and also just seeing that different aspect of the game, just seeing it from a different view. So he really helped me, just also really being able to sit on the bench and just really try to put myself in those situations.
Right.
Just being on the bench was an experience I never really had. I never really missed that many games before.
Right. And then right after the season, a lot of guys declare they're going to go to the draft. You kind of put it off a little bit. Why'd you do that?
Well, just being in New York, I really was able to see firsthand all the suffering that was going on. Just seeing all the people who were fighting for their lives and seeing the doctors and nurses just really being out there trying to help all of us. So I really wanted to be able to do my part, and still to this day, I'm trying to still do my part. Mm-hmm. Whether it's trying to go deliver some food, just helping inform people, I'm just really trying to help everyone out just in the best way I can.
So you were just delaying your announcement while you did really, really important work to help society. Yeah,
I mean, to whom much has been given, much is expected. So that's really what I was trying to do.
All right. Well, we're seeing a lot of mock drafts come out right now. A lot of people saying lottery pick. Some mock drafts that I've seen have you possibly going to the New York Knicks. What are your thoughts about joining your hometown team?
Hey, that would be pretty cool. I can't even sit here and act like that wouldn't be really awesome, but I'd just be blessed to be able to be drafted to any single team. So, I mean, drafts, honestly, we don't know when it's going to be right now, so right. We have a lot of time in between just trying to get better as a person, trying to get better as a basketball player, and really just trying to enjoy this quality time with my family and friends.
Would it be even more special to play for the team that your dad did?
Yeah, I mean, that would be really awesome to be able to just, and whatever team I go to, I want to wear number 50, so I just want to play there. But it will be really cool to be able to play for one of the teams my dad played for, probably the team they played for the longest. Yeah. But it also really cool to be able to play in front of my little brother, who's 7 years old now. Didn't really get to see me play that much in person the past 2 years being at Oak Hill and at UNC, but we'll probably get to see me play more than ever, just if I were to be drafted to New York. So that would be awesome.
Yeah, and I hear your sister's a baller too.
Oh yeah, she can hoop a little bit. She can hoop a little bit. Whenever I go to the gym, whenever I'm home, she comes with me sometimes, and she can keep up a little bit. She's all right. She's gonna be all right. She's gotta keep working, but she's gonna do her thing.
What do you think you learned from being the son of a pro athlete and being around that environment? And seeing other pros, the way they handle themselves, etc.
Yeah, so like the main benefit obviously just has to be that abundance of knowledge my father has and just the people around him have. So I got to meet a bunch of people because of him, but the most useful person I've been able to meet was him. Just he really is knowledgeable about the game of basketball. He gets paid to talk about it. So other people must think he knows what he's talking about too. I mean, straight up, my dad knows the game, man.
He does.
And I feel like I know the game pretty well at this point too. So me and him we banter a lot just about basketball, and we do go back and forth, but we do.
That's gotta be
over here whispering in my ear. I didn't think I needed to say this, but I can beat him. He can.
You can beat him?
I didn't think I needed to say it, but I can beat him easy.
When was that first time that you were able to beat him?
Oh, I got this story. Like we actually just talked about this recently. I think I was 13, 14. We were in Florida. I remember this perfectly. They were they're building a house at the time, the house they live in now. So they were staying somewhere else, and we had brought the hoop the portable hoop over, like the full size hoop. And so we were playing. First game, I think I beat them by 1. Second game, he beats me by like 1. The third game we're playing, it's game point. It's tied. It's tied up. Win by 2. I had the ball. Make a move. He starts pulling something funny. He's like, my thigh or something. My hamstring. Starts trying to pull that little stunt. I'm like, yeah. And at this point, we haven't played again since then.
So it's legally, officially a tie, that last game. Because it never ended, right?
I mean, if that's how you want to put it, in my eyes, I won. He can never take that from me. And all I can say is he copped out. He copped the plea. I won.
You know, as a father of a son who stopped playing against his son, I'm taking your dad's side. That was a tie. You know, I pulled a hammy a couple times too.
You're right there. I can't even take it.
Well, listen, what's the best advice that he's been able to give you as far as going into this next chapter of your life?
So I'd say the best advice I've been given by him is just to really stay in the moment. That moments like these, especially like moments like college, moments like those moments you get in high school, like your senior nights and all that, they can pass you very easily if you're looking towards the future. So really just to grasp those moments when you can and really thoroughly enjoy them.
There's a lot of talk about you being probably the best point guard coming out in this year's draft. You're young, what, 19?
Yes, 19.
19 years old. Possibly going into an organization to lead that organization. You ready for that? These are grown men, 30, years old, and that. Do you feel like you have that leadership ability and ready to step in there and do that?
Yeah, I think I truly believe I do. I think I've been just over these past, not a couple of years, past several years, I think I've done a really good job of trying to just hone my leadership skills and really just trying to become a better teammate. I think that's the main thing when you step into this league is, just being thankful to be there. You're just not trying to pretty much don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
You're being thankful for being able to be there in the league, being able to be in there with those older dudes, with the OGs, because they'll respect that. I've heard it. If you like coming there and you really come in there with a working attitude, really don't try to pretty much one up everyone on the court. It's just that they will respect you and you'll get what you deserve.
And speaking of a working attitude, your workouts, your attitude towards a game has become legendary. Where'd you get that from? The hard work ethic to get better and not quit until you've mastered something.
Oh, well, I'm of that generation of the kids who looked up to Kobe Bryant, like how a lot of other people look up to Michael Jordan. So just that Mamba mentality. It's just only the best way to put it.
Did you know Kobe Bryant?
I met him a few times. I was actually blessed enough to be able to shoot a commercial with him one time. So and it was one of the best experiences of my life. It was me and a couple of my closest friends being able to shoot a commercial with Kobe Bryant for this documentary my mom did called Little Ballers.
Yeah.
I was just blessed to be a part of all that, and it was just one of the coolest experiences ever. I had to go to his camp. And during the camp, we were able to shoot that commercial, and it was just one of the best experiences ever. I remember just being able to talk to him, just being able to get a different perspective of the game, just not my dad, but being able to get his perspective was just, it was life-changing. Nice. It was really life-changing. It's just, just RP to Mamba, but it was really still to this day one of the best experiences of my life.
That's awesome. Have you been watching The Last Dance?
Yo, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I have not watched it yet. I want to let them all come. Wait. Let me explain myself.
I
want to let them all come out.
Yeah.
I want to binge watch them.
And just watch them all.
I like to binge watch shows. I usually like to let them come out. I don't like waiting. I really don't like waiting. So I've been trying to not let it get spoiled on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to let them come out and then just binge watch them. It's just
okay.
Really
I can see where you're coming from because I like to binge too. I watch about 6 or 7 episodes of Ozark, and just keep it going. I understand where you're coming from. You talked about the effect that Kobe Bryant had on you and some of the other NBA players or just professionals in any kind of field, what they have, the effect that they'd had on you. Are you ready for that? Because you're going to be kind of in that spotlight. You're going to be someone that a lot of people, and I know they already have, youngsters already look up to. That's a lot of responsibility. You ready for that?
Yeah, well, I think you hit it around the nose saying that they already are looking up to me. I think I have a platform right now, and I'm really trying to use it in a positive light. I want kids to be able to look at trying to help out the doctors, nurses, help out people around you, and look at that and be like, man, that's cool. That's pretty dope. Like, why can't I do that too? Like, I think that's like the main thing, is just trying to just put a good image out and just really try to just show people what matters.
Wow. Yeah. And that's been instilled by your family at a young age?
Yeah, just I've been blessed my whole life just to have both my parents, and not just with my parents, both my step parents.
Mm-hmm.
So they've really just all told me the best thing you can do is give.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, man. Thank you for your time. I know we don't know when the draft is going to be, but all the best when that night comes and you hear your name called and take your place in the NBA fraternity.
Hopefully. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good
Take
one.
care.